A paper copy of that oath contains a curious array of spellings and symbolism designed to differentiate this oath from forms issued by the false shadow government that most people recognize as the U.S. government. The particular document Bruce Doucette witnessed contains a number of red fingerprints, which sovereigns believe is one of the strongest forms of identification. Some law enforcement researchers claim that sovereigns use their own blood as ink, avoiding black or blue ink because they associate those colors with corporations. The marshal who took the oath that day was Jeremy Costilla. He's the man who invited me to the San Luis Valley to learn more about his movement. On February 21st, Jeremy Costilla was stopped for a traffic violation in Antonito, and the stop wound up turning into a 4-hour standoff, which ended peacefully after Jeremy Costilla negotiated his surrender. During the stop, which Costilla's wife, Jessica, videotaped, Jeremy Costilla made a call to Bruce Doucette, who advised him to remain calm, even though cops had discovered that Costilla County had put out a warrant for Jeremy Costilla's arrest on charges he was impersonating a peace officer. Jeremy Costilla's claim that he was a constitutional marshal. I arranged, this is the article, the guy, Chris Walker had arranged to meet Jeremy Costilla at a motions hearing he had scheduled at 10 a.m. May 2nd at the courthouse in San Luis. Arriving a few minutes early, I immediately spotted him across the street from the courthouse. Tall, rail-thin, and sporting a scraggly goatee, Costilla was wearing a cowboy hat and a coat covered in white dog hair. "Well, let's do this," he said. After we shook hands, we headed into the courthouse, one of the principal buildings in the small town, but no sooner had Jeremy Costilla gotten through security than he was placed in handcuffs by deputies who were waiting for him inside the courtroom. "Are you getting this?" he yelled at me. Flustered Undersheriff Ricky Rodriguez, brushed past me with the cuffed Costilla. Went back outside to talk to a couple of Costilla's friends. One of them, Xanis McDonald, was sitting in the passenger seat of a black pickup on the main road of San Luis. "This isn't just in Colorado, this is nationwide." This is what Xanis yelled. "This isn't in Colorado, it's nationwide!" He growled through his chest-length beard. "They're arresting people and judges all over." If you look at Xanis, he's a disgusting, who the hell could be friends with that guy? Sometimes people in California, they'll have like an ironic sort of hipster beard, right? They're trying to be cool. But some people are just disgusting and gross, and they don't shave. They don't shower. They have terrible hygiene. That's what I see when I see a picture of Xanis. Like Costilla, McDonald is a military veteran. He went on to describe his sovereign beliefs as well as the close call he'd had with law enforcement last July when he refused to follow land use requirements on his rural parcel in the valley. "The kids told me someone was coming down the road," he recalled, "so I stood in my doorway with my rifle on my shoulder and code enforcement was creeping by. They finally pulled up at the end of my drive and asked if they could talk to me. I told them no. They asked, 'Do you have any permits?' And I said, 'Ain't none of your business besides your planning and zoning. You should know what permits I have and don't have.'" Oh, damn. Damn, snap, Xanis. You got him there, didn't you? You got him there, Xanis. What a stupid. So, 15 minutes later, my neighbors are calling me, telling me there's a bunch of patrol cars coming. McDonald continued to call a bunch of folks to come to help protect my family. They're going to storm my house with 16 motherfucking police, and at the time I had plenty of weapons but not much ammunition, but my cabin has no windows and the front door is 4 inches thick, so they ain't coming through that bitch too damn easy. I was scared for my family, but there was going to be a fight. I may not have had ammunition at the time, but we've got machetes and axes and shit. You come at me, you're going to have a fight, and the police down here in planning and zoning know that I will shoot at them if they come down my road. I don't give a fuck no more. They're armed and I consider them a threat. As McDonald was finishing his story, we both noticed that sheriff's deputies were surrounding the car, which appeared to belong to a man sitting in the driver's seat who had not said a word in nearly 20 minutes. For the second time that morning, I watched an arrest occur right in front of me as the undersheriff took a loaded Hi-Point 45 off of McDonald, who started yelling, "Get your hands off me, you filthy Iraqi bastards." It was suggested he suffered a PTSD episode. Bullshit. He's a racist piece of shit. Fucking Generation X, racist piece of crap. And even if he did serve, at 49-10, maybe, I don't know, the first Iraq war, he's just being racist. He's just being racist. After both Jeremy Costly and Xanis McDonald were placed in custody, I obtained copies of their arrest warrants. McDonald had been arrested for ignoring land use violation notices and for threatening law enforcement and public officials. Well, he kind of threatened him right there, didn't he? If you're planning on zoning, just know that he's going to shoot at them, is what he's saying. He's going to shoot at them. No warning shots. No lawful. No, he's not reading Colorado law and the Constitution. No, he's saying he's going to make his own law. There are no laws except for his law. I'm not for that. As McDonald was finishing his story, we both noticed there's reasons for criminal procedure. There's reasons for rules of evidence. Wouldn't it be nice to use the court system to actually resolve your disputes? You actually go there to get to the bottom of things, to get to the truth, so that way justice prevails in the community, so we have peace and tranquility in the community. Well, I have a dream. After both Costly and McDonald's arrested for the arrest warrant affidavit noted that McDonald's a convicted felon with sovereign citizen beliefs. A convicted felon. So he had a warrant for his arrest. He's a convicted felon on top of it. And then there was the crimes that he was... Costly, on the other hand, he's going to have like 20 or 30 charges by the... Costly, on the other hand, was arrested on the serious charges of sexually abusing one or multiple children who live in his home. His bond was set at $250,000. So this motherfucking piece of shit is being charged with the same thing that McDonald gets charged with too. What happened with all this? It goes to the Supreme Court about the impersonating the peace officer, but abusing his own kids. Right-wing sons of bitches want to go out there, cheap land, don't want to listen to nobody, want to listen to their own fucking rules, their own laws. They don't want to obey planning and zoning. And right-wing racist sons of... There's no Republican Party. There's no caucus. They're not organized out there. So what's right-wingers to do? There's no civil society for them to participate in. So they start doing this crazy KKK fucking perverted fucking nozo chomo bullshit. These are molester oppressors, allegedly. I'm not for sure. His bond is set at $250,000. And then McDonald's going to get put in jail for 40 years. When I called Costly's wife shortly after his arrest, she insisted that the allegations were bogus. She believed the charges were retribution from the county because her husband considered running for sheriff after the previous undersheriff was booted from office for illegal poaching. Jessica Costly did not show up at court the next day, May 3rd, for her husband's hearing regarding the sexual abuse charges. Instead, she elected to call in from an undisclosed safe house that she later told me was a couple of counties over. During the hearing, when a Department of Social Services representative described a videotape interview with one of the children who alleged years of sexual abuse, Costly demanded of the judge, "How do we know they didn't threaten our children to get these allegations?" Wow. One of the children who alleged years of sexual abuse. Costly also claimed the court didn't have jurisdiction over him because, as he put it, he's not a U.S. citizen, he's a natural-born American. Stupid. Stupid. After the hearing, the offices of the Costilla County Sheriff's Department and its Department of Planning and Zoning felt a little more relaxed. Issues with sovereigns have been pretty calm for a long time. Ricky Rodriguez said, "We didn't have many issues except for the people we just arrested." Why is Ricky Rodriguez not the goddamn sheriff? Why is Ricky Rodriguez not the goddamn sheriff? He got into some trouble, like manhandling somebody at the jail or some shit, I think. I like Rodriguez. Ricky Rodriguez. I was sitting there saying that I like 5 police officers. I like Frank Phillips. I like Serpico. I like Andy Griffith. Let's see here. I like Willis Russell, and I like Bass Reeves. Those are my 5 favorite cops of all time. Bass Reeves out in the Wild West. If you don't live by the law, if you don't have a code, what do you got? You got nothing. Serpico. Serpico. He went, was the good cop that arrested all the other cops. Serpico. Serpico. Bass Reeves. Willis Russell single-handedly took down the KKK. He's going to lose his life over it. One of my favorite Kentuckians of all time, Willis Russell, a U.S. Marshal. Fucking badass. But he lost his life. So, Jesus Christ, he gave his life for us. So thank you, Willis Russell, for giving us an ideal to aspire to. He was by himself, and the sheriff and the commissioners, the magistrates, all the local mayors, the entire local establishment. Willis Russell, Kentucky, Northern Kentucky. Check it out, Owen County. He single-handedly, he was undercover. He's pretending he was running a little business, and then the KKK kept on trying to recruit him over and over again. We're going to go do the thing, and then do the thing, and then do the thing. And then eventually he was like, I'm a U.S. Marshal, and then he's arresting people here and there, and they're like, what the heck? So let's put this off to the side here. We were doing some investigations, criminal investigations. Rule 16 says we could do criminal investigations. So let's do this. You got Aiden Zuriel Heckerman. Aiden Zuriel Heckerman. Robert Roman. Stacy Allen Heath and Kelly McMichael. Adam Clayton, Troy and Marcy Zinn, Kenny Capon and Amy Harrington and Melissa Shimkovitz. I'm analyzing when did they live next to Xanis McDonald and for how long. So Adam Clayton, he lives at 4318 Seminole Trail. His address is listed at Boulder, Colorado. Recording date September 28, 2013. Sale date August 26. Apparently he knew the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. Troy and Marcy Zinn, parcel 715-26560. 2997 County Road G. They recorded buying theirs in 2010, August 19th. So they could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years too. Adam Clayton could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. He lived right across from them, right next door across the road. They both lived on Delaware Trail. Troy and Marcy Zinn lived up the road, but from their vantage point, they could pretty much see the entire valley. Troy and Marcy Zinn was driving by my house several times. Troy and Marcy Zinn sold water illegally to Adam Clayton and to Robert Pickerel. These are circumstantial evidence. He commits crimes. He's okay with committing crimes. You compile all your evidence together, and then that's how you find the truth. So he could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. And with the way that people are out there, they almost find it impossible that they didn't know. There's only 10 to 20 people. How did you not know? No, you knew. And what was the extent of your relationship, right? You don't want the right-wing movement to come back. You don't want the right-wing movement to come back. And for 5 years, apparently, Adam, Troy, Kenny, Amy, Stacy, Robert, Aiden, none of them not Aiden. Or maybe not Stacy either. Well, we'll look at the dates here in a second. But the neighbors apparently didn't see anything, no problems, nothing. 2013, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 5 years. You saw nothing wrong, nothing weird, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing, no suspicious, nothing, no weirdness, nothing. Okay. Are you the worst judge of character ever on the planet? So Troy and Marcy Zinn, they bought their property in 2010. 2013 to 2017 is when the McDonald's had lived there. Troy and Marcy Zinn could have known McDonald's the entire time. So could have Adam Clayton, Kenny Capon. Now, he lives a little farther away, 715-11360. He lives on Navajo Trail, 3825 Navajo Trail. Now, it's saying his sale date is 2007. The sale date is 2007. And then, the recording date was May. So the same date. So he buys it and records it in 2007. Well, 2007, 2008, on to 2022. He could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. Amy Harrington and Melissa Shimkovitz, they got that nice brick building over to the side. Melissa is a really nice person. When she's not there often, somebody was at her house spotlighting me, and when I had that spotlighting person, I was like, God, now the lesbians, who I always respected their house, and me and Tecumseh, we would walk by, they would always want to, Tecumseh and Tim, my 2 dogs, would always want to check out the place, and I would say, no. But I always respected it, walked by, make sure everything was on the up and up. Never, never trespassed, never did anything. Just made sure that stays exactly as is. It's a nice, strong little house. Well, they bought and recorded that property February 26, 2008. 2008, so not 20 years ago, but 14 years ago. That means 2013 to 2017, Amy Harrington and Melissa Shimkovitz could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. Stacy Allen Heath and Kelly McMichael. This is Turtles, people. This is parcel 7151850. Turtle was supposed to look over the building. So if Turtle wasn't looking over the building and the Melissa and Amy wasn't looking over the building, then who is at their building spotlighting me? And Turtle's not doing a good job, and that should be a cause for alarm. Like I said, it happened like a week ago. I talked to them, but I only talked to them about crime in general in the neighborhood. And then they freaked out and called the police. There's a guy driving a truck. What else is he doing? That's it. He asked us about crime. So there's a guy in your neighborhood who's opposed to crime? You want us to... Oh my God. But they did. They were like, what? No, don't you worry. Stacy Allen Heath, Kelly McMichael... They're on Lipin Trail, 1278, San Luis 81152. Well, they got a San Luis address. Bought it December 2nd, 2016. Recorded it 10 days later. They could have known the McDonald's for 10 months. Did they know the McDonald's? They could have known them for 10 months. Robert Roman, 1196 Mariposa Trail. Bought the property 2013. He could have known the McDonald's for 4 to 5 years. Aiden Zuriel Heckman. They got a big flag out there that says, "Don't tread on me," right next to the Lebetter Bridge. The owner address is listed at 7861 South Kalispell Circle, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112. He don't even live there. Don't tread on you? You're in Inglewood. What do you mean, don't tread on you? Sale date, February 17, 2021. Recording date, February 25th, 2021. So that just happened, right? A year and 6 months ago. Judging just by the dates, Aiden Zuriel Heckman could not have known the McDonald's. They bought it 2021, and it was from 2013 to 2018. New recordings and sales, they've been gone for 5 years, and they'll always be gone. So